Everyone wants to feel special, chosen, set apart, favored, seen. Sometimes it's spiritual. I'm more awakened than others. Sometimes it's religious. My belief is the truth. The others are lost. Sometimes it's intellectual, moral, even emotional. No one thinks like me. My pain is different. But at the center of it all is a quiet, hungry voice saying, "Please tell me I matter more than they do." We want to be chosen because being ordinary feels like being overlooked. The ego is terrified of blending in, of being just another person in a long, forgettable line of lives. So it looks for elevation, not just success, significance, the feeling that you're not just here, you're here for a reason, that you're meant for something bigger, that your existence has a layer others don't have. We learn this early, in school, at home, in culture. You're special, you're gifted, you're meant to do great things. But what happens when life doesn't feel great? When it feels slow, hard, uncertain? We start searching for proof that we're still the chosen one, still spiritually ahead, still different from the crowd, still worthy of more than a quiet, ordinary life. The most dangerous thing about wanting to be chosen is that it feels spiritual, but it's just disguised superiority. We tell ourselves, "I'm more conscious, they just don't get it yet. They're asleep, I'm awake." But underneath it all is a need to be above, to be safer, smarter, closer to truth, more right. The language is peaceful. The ego behind it is not. Being chosen gives you an identity, and once you have it, you'll start defending it like your life depends on it. Because if you're not chosen, what are you? Just another person, figuring it out, just as confused, just as breakable? That doesn't sit well with the ego. So you divide the world. Us versus them, the conscious versus the lost, the believers versus the blind. You protect the group because the group tells you you're chosen. But here's the price. When you believe you're chosen, you disconnect from the people you think weren't. You feel alone in your insight, alone in your pain, alone in your awakening. And you start to believe that no one can meet you at your level. Not because they can't, but because you need them not to. So the very thing you wanted, connection, gets destroyed by the illusion that you're beyond it. Even your suffering becomes a badge. You say, "No one understands my pain. I feel too deeply. I see things others don't." And maybe that's true, but maybe it's also the last defense of an ego, trying to prove its worth through separation. Because when being chosen becomes your identity, loneliness feels like evidence, and belonging feels like betrayal. What if you're not chosen? What if you were never meant to be above anyone else? What if you're just human? Would that make your life less valuable? Would that make your love less meaningful? Would that make your experiences smaller? Or would it finally make you free? Because when you let go of being the one, you get to walk among the rest of us. You get to belong again. Being chosen feels good, but it keeps you apart. Maybe the point was never to be special. Maybe it was to be real. Not higher, not above, just human. And that's where the peace is, in no longer needing to be more than that.